Hey guys, so today we're going to be making these adorable little dragon blower guys. They're really cute, right? So we are going to need, for this project, I'm going to just open this back up here, our toilet paper rolls. So you're only going to need one. You could make more than one if you wanted to, but you're going to need a toilet paper roll. We're going to need our tissue paper, colorful paper, whichever color you would like your dragon to be. We're gonna need 2 of the smaller pom-poms and 2 of the bigger pom-poms, and they can be any color, they can be mismatched, totally up to you. And we're also going to need our googly eyes for this project, and glue, of course, glue, scissors, all that kind of stuff. All right, so the first step is going to be, we're gonna pick a color of paper that we would like our dragon to be, and we need to make sure that this paper is going to cover our toilet paper roll. So we need to measure it. I'm gonna do mine with Sharpie marker here, but you guys feel free to use pencil for yours, but I wanna make sure you can see it on the screen. So I'm gonna line up my edge here, and then I'm gonna make a mark on this side, because that's how big my toilet paper roll is. And I'm going to do that one more time over here, just to make sure I have a nice even line, like that. Okay, our next step is to take a straight edge, whether you're using another piece of paper. I'm using a ruler, you could use a folder, anything that's straight will work for this. We're just going to kind of connect those 2 lines there, and that's going to tell us how big our piece of paper needs to be to cover the toilet paper roll. So of course next we are going to cut that up like so. There we go. All right, next step, we're gonna take that glue. I'm gonna be using liquid glue, but you can feel free, if you wanna use a glue stick, you could do that as well. And I'm gonna kind of just show you what to do, but I'll use tape because I want this to hold a little faster since this is a quick demo video. But I would take and run my glue kind of along the whole thing like this, making sure to get all of those edges too, okay? So once I've got the glue on, I am going to take and wrap this paper around that toilet paper roll and kind of get those edges so they're nice and tight to the end there. And we're gonna have to hold that for a little bit, okay? Like I said, for this demonstration though, I'm gonna actually just use some tape so we can get through it a little bit quicker and you don't have to literally wait for glue to dry for this. All right, so now I've got my dragon ready to go there. The next step is we need to glue on. So I'm going to use my Elmer's glue again, and I'm going to put a big globber of glue here, a big globber of glue here, and then 2 little ones over here to glue on the eyes and the nostrils. So the eyes are going to go on one end, the nostrils are on the other end. All right, so we're going to have to hold that and wait for that to dry a little bit too. And then our next step is we're going to take our googly eyes, and those are going to get glued to the front of the bigger pom-poms. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell this on the video, but I actually chose one, tissue's getting in the way. I chose one googly eye that's a little bit bigger than the other because I thought that would look kind of cute. So you can either choose the same size ones or have them be a little bit different size, totally up to you. So then we're going to set that aside and we're going to let that dry. And if you want to, a trick I've learned is if you put like a pen or a pencil on either side of it, it'll kind of help hold it upright so it dries a little bit nicer, because if it keeps falling to the side, sometimes then the eye will roll off or the nostril will roll off. So this way it keeps it nice and upright so it's able to dry a little bit more securely, and then nothing falls apart on you. All right, so while we're letting that part dry, the eyes and the nose, we're gonna get out our tissue paper, which is all kind of folded up together like this. And really, I only need to cut 1 strip of this. You could cut more, but 1 strip is gonna be enough. And about 1 inch wide, I'm just gonna cut the strip like that. Okay. And now this is going to be too long, in my opinion, for the flames coming out. And if it's too long, what ends up happening is it's really hard to be able to blow it hard enough to actually move those ribbons. So where it was folded, I'm going to definitely cut there. And then I'm actually choosing to cut it again one more time. So I'm going to fold it and cut it one more time like that, so that I have pieces of tissue paper that are about like 4 or 5 inches long. Okay, so they're not super long. That way, when I blow, it actually moves it. If they're too long, it's going to be too hard to get them to move. All right, so once your eyes and nostrils are nice and secure and in place, our next step, as you can see, is going to be to glue all of these tissues, and we're gluing them to, if you guys can kind of see this here, that one keeps wanting to come on over, to the inside of the mouth. Okay, so once again, you can use your liquid glue or you can use your glue stick. I'm going to use glue stick this time. We got to be careful. The tissue paper does rip pretty easily, so we want to be careful not to rip it. But basically, we're just going to put a little glue up at the edge here. See if you guys can see that on camera. You can kind of tell where it's shiny there, right? So there's my glue. And I'm just going to take on the nostril end of my dragon, I'm going to tuck it on into the inside here and press it along the inside border, just like that. And I'm going to repeat. I'm going to keep doing that over and over and over again until it looks nice and full and turns into a really cool fire-breathing dragon. Cannot wait to see how yours turns out. You guys have so much fun with this.